now 7:32, so I think we can go ahead and officially call this meeting to order. And Kathy, are you all set with taking minutes?
Yeah. Yes, in fact, I was about to ask you. I thought I had said that I would do it, but I couldn't remember. I'm ready.
All right, great. Thank you. All right. Do we have any public participants? Oh, Jess. Great. Doesn't look like we have any public participants today. And then we do have some new people. Actually, Sherry, I think you are a public participant. We do have one for
Yeah,
participant.
I haven't done the application yet. I apologize. I will get to it.
Thank you. So Sherry is interested in joining the HRC. She sent us an email. Thank you. We do have, I think, a couple open slots in our commission, so we would love to have you, Sherry.
Perfect.
And Sonia, from your perspective, are you all set with are you sworn in now?
So I haven't gotten a chance to get sworn in, but as far as all the other trainings and compliance, that's all set. I just have an open meeting, I believe, with one of the state things that you had sent me sometime this week.
And then Erica, what about you? Are you all set with your commission?
I've done the trainings and such, but I don't know that I've actually been sworn in. Yeah.
I think you may still need to do that because I was on the town website today too, Sherry, and I was looking at our commission members, and I noticed, Erica, that you and Sonia are both not on the list. So I think the piece that's probably missing is being sworn in. So
Do you know what that process is? Someone going to reach out to us about that, or
It is at the town clerk's office when they're open, and they have you raise your hand and sign in the little book.
yeah, it's a very easy process, but you do have to go there during the town hours, so you can go to the town clerk and get sworn in. Yeah.
Does this need to be scheduled or can I just like walk in?
Walk in.
Okay, great.
Any other questions on that process? Again, we're very excited to have you guys join our commission, so thank you for joining. And then the next item on our list is to review and approve the May minutes on our agenda. I think for voting members, it's just Kathy, Jess, and I that would be voting members in our meeting today. Did you guys all have a chance to read the minutes?
I could not find them.
Okay.
I did a search. I thought they had been sent to me, and I did a search in my email and I couldn't find them.
They're on our SharePoint site.
Oh, it's the SharePoint.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to have to trust that if you two approve the minutes,
I
I
can
will.
motion to
forgot all about
delay,
them.
so that way you have a chance to look at those meeting minutes before we make a decision to approve.
Okay. I'm afraid you're going to have to let me know how to do that.
Sure.
So yeah. Oh, I can help with SharePoint, or if or I can help you get access to it. But yeah, we can delay. We're only 1 month. That's the only month that we need to
Oh,
wait.
okay. That's
Yeah, it's just 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm pretty sure I got access to it, but it was 2 months ago. And I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it since, so I will. I apologize for that. I had forgotten all about that.
No, that's fine. So I will make a motion to delay approval of our meeting minutes until next month.
One second.
Okay. Jess, do you approve? Oh, you are on mute.
Sorry, I put it on mute and then could not get back to it. Yes, I approve.
And I approve. And Kathy?
Yes, yeah.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Question.
Sure.
I know I was not here for a June meeting. Was there a June meeting?
No, the June meeting
Okay.
got canceled.
Okay,
What happened is nobody was available, I think, to go. I think the only ones that were free were Sonia and myself. So I think I would have been
okay,
the only voting member at that meeting.
okay.
So we decided to just cancel it, and because it's summertime, I don't think we had anything. I think
Yeah,
the next day we were about to meet up to do Juneteenth, so it was fine.
okay.
Okay. And then the next item that we have on our agenda is operations. I think Kathy, this is where we talk about the tote bags. So
Yes,
and the logo, I have not talked to Jennifer about the logo, getting a better copy, but I think we were looking at the financials, which we'll go over in a little bit, but I think we may be a little bit tight for our financials this coming year, so we may want to delay that purchase of the tote
okay,
bags. I think we had
okay,
a lot more funds available last year because of all the funds in our reserve account, and I think we've pretty much blown through most of that reserve. And I think we only have about $400 left in the reserve. So
okay. Which is just as well because they can't do anything with the logos that I sent them anyway.
yeah,
They said they need something. I can let them know that we're going to delay the order.
yeah. Maybe we'll see how we do with this year's activities. One of the other things is
Yeah.
that we are now in a new fiscal year. So our new fiscal year started July through June. We have a new amount for our commission. We have $3,000 a year for our commission. And so, and like I said, we don't have that much in reserve. So we'll go over that when we go over our financials.
Okay.
But thank you for volunteering to pay for or front the funding
Yeah.
for that. So then
Oh,
that way
you're
we could
welcome.
proceed. But I think it may
Mhm.
be better to delay.
Okay.
Um, does anyone else have any other operational items to talk through? Right. Our next agenda item is our financial statement. So in this case, I do want to share my screen.
Yeah, I I
Oh,
feel
go
like
ahead.
I want to just I feel like I have two June budgets, and I know that you talked to Jackie maybe about moving some stuff around. And the only thing that I'm not seeing on the final one that you sent out was the Juneteenth thing, and I saw it on the
Yes.
other, so I feel like you may I'm the financial person, but I feel like you may have more information than I do.
I think yours is actually more recent because I had the one that I sent out was from like I think towards the end of June before
Oh, okay.
um that amount came in. So
Okay.
we actually are we have our went over our $3,000 budget on that account, it
Yeah,
seems.
so I've reached out to I reached out to Jackie um just at the end of today as I was looking at everything to ask what to do and also to see what's happened. I know that when I submitted the Juneteenth invoice, I had the last email from her saying we had 550
Mhm.
about, and so, and the Juneteenth was for 450. So I just want to sit down with her and figure out like what's up, what's up and what has been moved about. And also since we're starting a new fiscal year, how to figure things out. I think that, this is my first time kind of really sitting down with these numbers. And also this is the first time we've done a bigger event. And so some of this shuffling around, I think I may need to just know what she's looking at and what we need to think about before I can really um kind of uh see what to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't think I was aware of the Juneteenth invoice, Jess. So
Okay,
ultimately what we wanted to do was use up everything that was in our HRC account
okay.
before it moved over because you either use it or lose it.
Get to use it or lose it, yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we kind of emptied out that funds. Um, before the end of the fiscal year. And so Jackie actually went and took some funds that were allocated to our reserve account
Oh,
and
okay.
move them over into the HRC account to be able to use up those funds for us.
Oh, okay. I see. And yeah, and I had sent it over to Sherry Dalton with that 550 in my mind, but I didn't realize, or I wasn't aware that she was doing the as much reallocation. So I'll just reach out, or I mean, I've already reached out to see what's up.
Can I
So then,
ask, sorry,
go-
what is Jackie's surname? What is her last name?
Sorrentino, I think.
Okay, thanks.
so she's in accounting and she's been helping us with our expense,
Okay, she's with the
the
with the town?
Yeah, she's the
Okay,
town finance person. I
okay,
probably can give you a
that's fine.
title,
No,
but
that's
yeah.
fine. I just want to
Okay.
make sure I have her full name in the minutes.
Yep, okay.
And so that's what happened, Jess. It's just
Got
timing.
it. Yep,
And
got it.
so we use that money, but now we have to push it back over to one of our other accounts. And I'm wondering
Okay.
if what we may want to do is use our Arts Council money. So one thing I did ask about was whether or not the Arts Council funds that we had at the beginning of the year, if that ended or if it got rolled over into the new fiscal year. And she mentioned that those funds, there's about $1,000 of Arts Council funds,
Yep,
do get rolled over into the new year.
yep, yeah, because I think that the grant we're pulling from now, or the Arts Council grant, is like, we're in the middle of that year, like it will go through to, I think I forget exactly when we have to use it by, but it will be like, maybe mid-year. God, Kathy, do you remember the
Oh,
time
Lord.
frame on that one?
I think it's an April to
Yeah,
April, but
April was what was,
yeah, it's been a while. So effectively what you're saying is that those funds go by the Arts Council calendar year,
yep,
not,
yeah, because that's an Arts
not the
Council
town
grant.
fiscal year.
Yep,
Okay,
that's the Arts Council grant, and I think
yeah,
that pretty much just kicked off. I think we were alerted in something like January or February that we had been given that money, so.
right. Okay.
And are you guys aware that there's still more money left in the Economic Development Council has grant money available for the creative and art events around town? And it's ARPA money and it has to be used by the end of next year. So the grant process, the applications are open now.
Oh,
I can find it and put it in the chat, the application, but I'm also liaison to the Economic Development Council, and I will tell you that there is a fair bit of money. And so if the HRC decides that it wants to hold, fill in the blank, the MLK celebration that you do, Pride, Juneteenth, whatever you can conceive. If you've ever dreamed of one of the events that you hold being bigger with a
Yeah.
bigger budget, this is right now the time to dream about that and put in the application because there's money and they're awarding them on a rolling basis. So the sooner they come in, the sooner the money will get allocated.
Hey, that's great because
I was I was aware of the money being there, but can you mention again when the grant application, or like what the timeline is for that? I feel like,
So the app can go in anytime at
and
all.
it's just,
The money has to be spent by 12/31 of next year.
okay,
So I think actually because of that, I think Erin wants the applications by like October or something,
okay.
just to make sure that, as people are in the pipeline, it doesn't get too crunched in
Mhm.
next fall. But I think this is you know, and it's open to it's for Wakefield, it's for Wakefield purposes, it's for Wakefield nonprofits, it's for, you know, it's got your name written all over it. So I'll find, as we're talking here, I'll find the link and I'll put it in the chat and then have a look at it. And if you guys, you know, it's like any grant application, I find it to be fairly lengthy. I don't do grants for a living, so I was like, oh, this is a lot of paperwork.
Mm.
But Aaron is the one that's going to look at them. I'm happy to help. You know, like I say, I think it would be a great opportunity for the HRC to get, you know, their hands on some of this money to have whatever kind of event you think would be cool.
Yeah, that's great because I
Mhm.
think one feedback that we got after I think the Asian Art Festival is that the festivals are very popular. So if there's a way that we can, you know, enhance that, I think that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about in a little bit as we after we go over some of our other events is to talk about what we want to do for planning for 2020, our new fiscal year. And I
Right.
think one of the things that we'd like to do is probably continue to do another festival. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Stacy, Erin's last name?
Kokinda, she's the town economic development officer.
Okay,
She's
and I think you're gonna have to spell that for me.
uh,
or you
hang
can
on.
add it to the chat.
Okay,
Yeah.
it'll be in the
Yeah.
chat.
You know what?
Yeah.
I just got it. Kokinda.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
All right. Jess, was there anything else that we wanted? I think we want to also just look at what's remaining. I think we have about $1,000 in the Arts Council grant, and we
Mhm.
have about like $400 in our reserve account.
Yep.
And that's about it that we have left over.
Yeah, and I think
And part
for
of that is going to be taken.
yes, part of that will be taken. The Juneteenth is $450. That's the only thing outstanding for that. I don't think there was nothing else that Pride doesn't cost anything really. Um, so that's the only thing that I know that's outstanding, especially if we've delayed the tote bags for now. And I think for the upcoming discussion of like what kinds of events we want to do, I feel like the Arts Council grant can be there for, you know, I think that the way Jill applied for that, it's also open that it can do any of our events.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Oh,
like she didn't apply for it for a specific thing.
is there a chat or is this just a whiteboard?
I think that's a whiteboard.
I think that's the
Yeah.
See if there's
whiteboard.
a,
I don't know if they allow you to chat
oh, there may
this
not be a
version.
chat.
They
Yeah,
might not. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna, I'll email it to you guys.
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Let me just stop. Whoops. Did I mess something up?
No.
All right. Okay. There, it should be gone, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, okay.
Does anyone else have any questions before we go over to our next agenda topic, which is our activities? Okay. So it's been a while since our last meeting and we haven't had a recap of the activities that we had in June. So since we ended up canceling our June meeting, so I thought we could take some time just to do a recap of our progress flag raising for Pride Month and then also the Juneteenth event. So maybe start with the progress flag raising. I wasn't available to go to that event. So Jess, I think you were hosting and then, so how was that event?
Yep, I hosted both. I mean, you know, the progress flag raising, I hosted that and it went pretty well. We had good speakers coming out. I felt like and Jill helped to have somebody from Speak Out come. So that was nice. Um, yeah, the event with the weather was really pretty good. The Voices of Steel from the high school sing, and that one is pretty pretty much it's pretty much the same each year in many ways. Like the Voices of Steel reached out to me ahead of time, and uh the speakers who are there are pretty, they're pretty aware of it, and it's pretty easy to book that one. So that went it was nice. Um, the Juneteenth one is handled, sorry, I'm just gonna group them both because I did them both. The Juneteenth one was set up initially to give her her due by Sherry Oken had arranged with the North Shore Juneteenth Association to run that one. They book people for that, and they bring the speakers, and then we just pretty much have some a town councilor speak, or somebody to represent the town. And that was also it was nice. It was a nice day for that as well. A little lightly attended. Both are a little, it would always be nice to have something a little bit bigger, but I think that that's something that I have heard at both some aspirations to have either more of a family day the for Pride Month, or something. I know that the Juneteenth Association is looking to is looking to be active in some town events, like we've been speaking about, some diversity events, or just like maybe not specifically Juneteenth, but to kind of do some of the things that I think we're interested in. But that's sort of an aside to the actual events. They went well, and were pretty much smooth sailing.
Yeah, it's always nice to have it right there at the Maricel Civic Center because
Mhm.
it's centrally located. People are walking by, interested in the event. And I think we had good presence there too. For the Juneteenth event, like I said, I wasn't there for the progress, but the Juneteenth was really nice, great weather. The Juneteenth organization does a great job of bringing the speakers in, having really thoughtful, um, uh, I think talks, I guess, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
people.
poetry. I think it's a poet, right? That they come in.
They've got a poet, they have an ROTC person raise the flag. They will generally, I think the singer has been the same for each year, but I know that last year they had a different kind of spoken word performer. But they do a nice job arranging that, and they do them all over the North Shore. So they're pretty well, they're a pretty well-oiled organization for all of that. So if anything, it's maybe working with them a little bit more to get the word out, to make sure that people are coming out. This year, the weather was not so bad. Last year, it was like 96 degrees, so it was
I remember that, yeah.
it was a bit hard,
Yeah.
but it's a nice, I think it's a nice time, a nice thing. And
Yeah.
in these times, I think it was pretty inspirational for people. I heard a lot of nice feedback for the people who were there.
That's good. Yeah. Can I, again, sorry for the minutes. It's the North Shore
It's the
Juneteenth
North Shore
Association?
Juneteenth Association.
Association. Good. Okay. Thanks.
I think one thing that I took away from that speaker was that she had mentioned that the speech that she wrote it 15 years ago.
Oh, my
And
Lord.
yeah, and it's still like, no, I don't think much has changed, right? So that's ultimately what I came back with, is that, we are making so many changes in technology and all these other aspects, but yet continue to have the same issues, and
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be as much change as we would like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
those were good. I think I know that it is a nice partnership. It has been a nice partnership with Bob Vincent to be able to continue to raise the flag at the Americal. I think that is appreciated, that we've been able to work together on that. I know that it's something that in whatever form we continue to do it, I think that it's really nice to show people in the town that the community is coming out. And, you know, I think that for me, the right now, just having community come together is really important so that people who maybe don't feel supported or don't know if they are represented in the town know that you know people do care about things like this. So
Yeah.
so that's what so
And
I think that was good.
yeah, and Bob Vincent did put together that good schedule for, flag presence at the Civic Center. And right now that expires next year. So it's on town council's agenda to make it permanent, just so you know, we did,
Okay.
so we don't have, that won't get lost.
Yeah, let me know, Stacy, what might need to be done for that,
Yep.
because I know that I worked together with Bob
Yep.
the last time with the town council to continue that.
Yep.
In addition, Bob had also reached out to Jill and I. I know he works with the PFLAG organization, and I
Yep.
think he also expressed some interest in doing more educational stuff and things like that. So, you know, to add that to our conversation of what shall we do next.
Yep. Yep. Great.
Thank you for that recap, Jess. Always great to get feedback from after the event to see how things went. So, and have it in our town meeting as well, in our HRC meeting as well. So the next thing I think is, what we want to do for our new fiscal year from July to June. I think usually we have, like, let's say we have Hispanic Heritage Month. We've got the MLK Day, we have Women's Day, we have the API month, and then we have the Pride Month and Juneteenth. So those are usually our activities throughout the year that we do, interspersed with, other supportive events that we want to encourage on our Facebook site, etc. So I think, maybe we can talk through, do we want to continue doing those events this year? Do we want to make any of them bigger? Do we want to consolidate anything? One thing that I noticed is that we had API month in May at the end, and then we had the progress flag raising on like June 2nd, I think it was, and then we had the Juneteenth event. So all of those are very, very close together, and I'm wondering, is there a way that we may want to have a bigger event and combine them? So then we have a celebration of Juneteenth, Pride, and Asian American all in one larger event for us. But I think at the same time, I feel like we want to have certain aspects of each of those separate, but maybe have a low-key separate piece and then a larger, bigger piece.
I think so. I feel like um for something like Juneteenth, it's so date specific. So I don't want to detract from that. For the progress flag and Pride Month, I'm always pretty open on that one because raising the flag is it's a nice event, but it's pretty short and sweet, to be honest. We do the flag goes up, the senator speaks, the town councilor speaks, they sing a few songs, and which is nice. I think that people do appreciate do appreciate that event, but I think if there's going to be anything else that's maybe more a family day or like more about bringing people out or having food trucks or doing anything like that, I feel like I could maybe see as a separate thing, doing something that was more about more about diversity or inclusion as an event. I don't know that I want to, you know, and you've run the API event. I don't want to I don't want to like detract from any of the individual things that we're doing and say like let's not do that anymore. But I think one of the things I heard at the event was like we could do something more open and inclusive and something more about bringing the town out. So I guess that's like the hot take. The flags will go up one way or another, or
Yeah.
they won't, or they won't, and that will be a different discussion. But I think that those are very like speaker events, and they're less about like having tables and food and things like
Mhm.
that.
Sorry, so part
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
one of my thoughts is, so just some background, I work in food and small business and logistics and events. I'm currently doing the Boston While Black event and a Taste of Ethnic Boston and all of that. One thing that, as I was walking around at the food trucks and stuff, one thing I heard just as I was listening to everybody was that everyone was really excited to have so much different food available where we don't normally have it. I know personally, moving out to Wakefield, I miss all of the variety of food that I am used to. And I drive all over Creation to go and get that food. So one of the thoughts that I had was to kind of tie in the inclusivity and that type of thing, was maybe having a food truck festival or a food festival of some sort that is maybe by the lake or something along those lines in the Americall parking lot, but really having a global
Yeah.
tasting event, and really inviting food trucks, obviously local cuisine, but having it more, as you did say, about families coming together, being able to do a picnic, being able to sit down, enjoy, taste all the different foods, and incorporate something about different cultures and things like that, where people can talk about what this Ethiopian food tastes like, why, you know, why you have injera, why you have, so that kind of thought for me was something I felt like missing here in Wakefield that I personally would like. And then as I was hearing people really excited at all the food trucks, they were just happy that they were able to get some different food, and I could hear them talking about where they go to try different stuff. So I thought that would be a nice event to put on.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, Sherry.
And
Yeah,
that's and
I
that's
like
I
that.
love that. And that's the kind of thing that, if you could expand it to that grant program that I was just talking about and like go as crazy as you want. If there's a music group that can come in, if there's.
And I think that that's something that we could also get a little, it's nice, so nice to see more faces here right now. But I
Mhm.
think that it's something that if we're doing something like that, we might be able to more readily get more involvement or more volunteers and like really actually be able to do it. One of the reasons why things have been small is that we've been small. So I think
Mm.
that I think it would be nice to add an event like that, maybe as opposed to feeling so oriented to the calendar of days. I think that might be nice, because I know that right now we're pretty much like, oh, it's this month, it's this day, it's this
Yeah.
thing. And I think that we can continue to say work with the library to get book lists and information out about the different, days and events, but I don't know that, but I think that maybe this could answer to being more about the town and the community.
And I'm happy to spearhead any of that stuff. Like I said, my background is working with permitting and licensing and all the logistics of dealing with I've put on food shows, I've put on big events. And Erica has helped me in that capacity with different event companies and things. So I'm happy to to put that together, put together a proposal. Anything that you guys need, I'm happy to look at that.
We are happy to accept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Great, accepted, do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
How does the fall sound?
So
One thing that we
just,
just have to be careful about is probably the July events. So, July 4th event, just because that's a big
oh,
thing. So, in
yeah,
the town of
July 4th
Wakefield,
is a big event, and
and then
also
Victorian, is there
I can
another one too?
I can give you a date right now, and actually I need to submit. It just happened to come to my inbox because my email is with them. But Town Day. Town Day
Right.
is on the calendar already. Where's my email? Town Day is on the 27th with the rain date of the 28th.
Of
And
September?
of September.
Yeah.
And we need to we have to submit our application for that if we want to have, sorry, I'm piggybacking my own agenda onto your volunteerism. So
Yeah.
we'll probably have a table at Town Day as well that I can manage, getting us that. But yeah, that's the 27th with the rain date of the 28th.
Yeah. So I think July and probably September is out, Sherry. So,
And June is Festival by the Lake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we could let me think about it and
Yeah,
and
look at the
we can-
town calendar and yeah, I think that's the only thing is figuring that one out. But
so
yeah.
maybe May is a good time,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
That we
well,
had
and
last time.
part of what we can look at is depending how big it is, because obviously, you know, as global warming doesn't exist, as our
Yeah.
weather is getting a little crazy, there are times now where in, you know, even April and in October, where even
Right.
if you had food trucks set up, if we were at the AmeriCall Center or something like that, where we could then set up tables inside for weather permitting type of
Mhm.
thing,
Yeah.
a tent, that kind of stuff, where people could still go out, go to the food truck, grab it, because as long as there's not, you know, a foot of snow on the ground, then
Yeah,
it's still nice to enjoy the fall. Or in April, right? 50 degrees feels like summer because you just came out of 20 degrees. So we can look at some of those dates and I can get
yeah,
understanding.
October is a decent weather month.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing with October is that the only thing to look at probably is like when towns surrounding us are doing like because I mean, and this could actually be work to our favor. I know that like Stoneham and perhaps Melrose do some Halloween stuff, but I think that maybe we could, you know, it could still actually be a beneficial month, but I know that it also gets a little bit crazy for people pretty quickly. But weather-wise, that one's always nice. I feel like I'm doing a lot of costume-based things that month.
Yeah.
The weather has usually been good for all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll take a look and draw a rough kind of, for lack of a better word, sketch of outline of what I think it could be. And I have a lot of food contacts, a lot. So yeah, I think would be nice to put together.
That's great. And I think the entertainment pieces are also good to have. So we'll probably pair it with like, Stacey, like you said, like entertainment as well to go with the events. So we can have different cultures represented at the event as well.
That's so exciting. I love this idea very much. Yep.
Yeah.
Just like piggybacking off of what Sherry was saying in terms of like setting up um tables or like booths inside the AmeriCal, and what Hyun was saying, like, you know, events and people coming in to do like activities and stuff. Maybe we could, along with the food vendors, have like a market vendor where like different people from different cultures can teach about like homemade goods or textiles or like arts from like specific cultures, or like information booth about like, introduction to, learning different languages or stuff like that, where people can maybe piggyback off of them and maybe invest some of their own time into learning these new things from different cultures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One thing I noticed is that it's hard to compete with food. So I noticed that as soon as like we did the intro and we had like a schedule of like performances every single like 15 minutes or half hour. And we did the intro and then everyone departed to go to the food trucks. And we had like an empty space for like, I think maybe like 20, 25 minutes for people to go and grab some things to eat. And then they started dwindling back in. So
I think
I
that
things
know.
that we
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I know for myself, I was confused when I was there because I was like, I thought that there were supposed to be events happening, and I thought it was going to be in the space where the food trucks were. So we were kind of sitting waiting, and then we realized, oh, it's in the center, but we didn't see like a list of events and times that. So if we had posted something probably by the food trucks and had that a little bit more visible, I think more people would have known, because some people stopped by because they saw the food trucks, and I heard them say like, "Oh, we saw the food trucks, so we came on by." And then
yeah.
so yeah, maybe like A-frames or things like that that have some more.
We need more A-frames. I think we did have a few A-frames, and so we did have a schedule of events, but it was in front of the AmeriCal,
Yeah.
not over by the food truck. So, lessons learned. I think again, that's what all of this is for us to make it even better next time around.
And just so I'm aware, because sorry, I'm ignorant to this, but so I understand we have a budget, right, that comes from the town or whatever. And then we probably always need more money. Do we do fundraising for it, donations, anything like that, or?
I think
Well,
that's why we're trying to apply for the economic grant.
yeah, and I would say, like if you like pretty quickly after this, if we want to put something together, and just like I can look at the link that Stacy sent over and just see what's possible for the grant. I think like just I can get some of the information from that just to see what they're asking for, and just
Yeah.
send some emails out to say like, like these are the things that we would have to figure out, especially if you're starting to think about logistics. But yeah, there's basically, we have a grant from the Arts Council, we have a budget for the HRC, and then there's money from the economic development. We haven't really done fundraising in the past. I haven't. Um, so hopefully from those pools of money, we might be able to do it.
Okay.
With regard to fundraising, would there be any limitations on us because we're a town commission? Would there be any restrictions?
Possibly.
There may be, yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know that, yeah, I'm not sure how that would work. And I'm not sure, as Stacy, you may have this more off the cuff as to what kinds of money we're talking about for the economic development. Like, could they cover an event like this, or do you think that we would need to, like,
I I
have a
think they
larger
would,
reach?
no, they would definitely cover an event like this. They've had, and well, I'll just tell you that they're looking at like tranches of 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. So,
Okay.
you guys aren't, you're not talking about that level. So if you got $5,000, I would imagine you could really do some fantastic things with it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, like how much was it to run the food truck Asian American event?
2,000.
Okay, so I would say apply for the five, put your thinking caps on as to where that would go. It doesn't have to be completely like, booked and whatnot, but just to have it, I mean, you've already sketched out the vision of what it would be, of what the event would be.
Mhm.
And it can even, I would almost rather see it go in and then have a conversation with Erin and she can say, I need more information here. You know, this part was fine, but you need to tell me a little bit more about, you know, what the entertainment would be or what the, you know, what other vendors you would have or what kind of educate. If you had like, Sonia, what you were saying, you know, some people that you know who would come in and do, you know, I'm going to teach you dancing of this culture. I'm going to teach kids some games. Oh my gosh, that's exactly the kind of thing that they would love to see. So, you know, it's very hard to imagine that this would not be approved, but the approvals are coming on a rolling basis. So I would say earlier and imperfect is better than wait 4 months and get perfect. And then by it, because it's possible by then that all the money will have been allocated.
Mhm.
So going back to the fundraising, are we allowed to have like small fundraising events prior to this festival that we can help raise money, like maybe an open paint night or like an open mic or maybe a trivia night or something like that to get people to come out and like recognize us as like a committee in the town that would set events for people and get them like started the ball rolling and then like getting associated with that.
We'd
We
have
would
to,
just have to ask Sherry Dalton to find out what would be
Yeah.
allowed. I think I was thinking about doing like a 50-50 raffle at the event and I think we were like, well, did you get that approved? I'm like, well, no.
yeah,
I
I
think
know
we'll have
that
to make
there's,
sure that we need to just work through Sherry
Right.
and make sure that we give her the proposals for fundraising and then they'll let us know whether or not we can do it or not.
yeah.
So Sonia, did you want to take that on, come up with different fundraising ideas?
Yeah, definitely. I would love that. I'm already working on a couple of them. And did you want me to get in touch with Sherry and then see how that works in terms of us getting permission to do fundraising? Or did you want me to just draft up ideas of events that we could have?
I think I'm open either way, whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm open to speaking to Sherry as well.
Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah. I think the more we delegate, the faster we can go. And I think that's an
Yeah.
important piece. So. And then Sherry, you'll come up with an idea and work with Jess maybe to submit that request over to the academic grant.
Yeah, I've already started a spreadsheet. I'm working on it right now.
All right. And then just email it to the people on the invite. I'll send you the list, Sherry. So when I send it out, I'll send you the list.
Perfect.
So you'll have the people who are in this call today.
That sounds great.
Anything else? Any other ideas for our planning year? I think it's still important to have all the other events because they do highlight the importance of different, um, you know, heritage months throughout the year, different focus areas. I think it's still good to have smaller events, but it would be good to have a larger event to get our HRC out there in the community and also bring people together. And I think that's something that's we want more of. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that doing something like this, having the MLK Day, the International Women's Day, the Juneteenth flag, the Pride flag, Progress flag, the API, that's sort of what's been out there already. I know that we've tried to do some stuff for Hispanic Heritage Month and Indigenous Peoples Day, and it's been there's been some successes and some difficulty in getting those done. I think that something like this could maybe particularly depending on when we have it, could maybe answer to that. I know that there's also for Indigenous Peoples Day, people I know Sherry reached out to a lot of people to do performances, and there's some reluctance in those communities to sometimes do performance, and I think that that's of course very fair. I think that also maybe if we focus on something like this and keep the ball rolling on what we've got and maybe do some more tabling at other events just to raise awareness that like we're here and people are supporting you in the community. And like I know that anytime we've done the farmers market or if we're at town day, those are nice times for people to know that there is an organization in town that they can reach out to if they feel like they have any concerns in the town, or if they have ideas for what they'd like to see, and then we have more of a communication with the town as to what they'd like as well. So that's my hot take.
Thank you, Jess. Is there anything else anyone wanted to talk about? Otherwise, I think that's all that we have on our agenda today. And I can motion to adjourn at 8:22 p.m.
All right, can I just ask, when's the
Oh.
next meeting? Because I mentioned at the beginning, Jess, I don't know if you were on quite yet. I'm not on, your list yet. So it may be still Maureen. So if you could pop me on, I randomly happened to be on the town website today and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a meeting tonight. So I feel like I got lucky, but, do you guys have the next meeting scheduled already?
It's Tuesday, July 19th at 7 p.m.
Um,
on August 19th.
August 19th.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
usually every third Tuesday.
Got it.
This one is out of order
Yep.
just because of the timing.
Some- Summer's weird. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. And then you'll put me on the list and then we'll be caught. That's perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
I don't have any
Right.
calendars up. Yep. Great.
Thank you. And I will again motion to adjourn at 8:23 p.m.
second.
Second.
Okay. And then approve. I
Yeah.
approve.
I
Yeah.
approve.
All right. Okay. Meeting is adjourned and we will see you next month, if not sooner.